The RCMP now says it will limit its use of a controversial facial recognition technology, but it won't stop using it entirely. Concerns about the use of Clearview AI intensified after a New York Times investigation revealed the software had pulled billions of images of people from public websites, including Facebook and Instagram, and that it was being used by law enforcement agencies around the world. Now, the House of Commons Committee on Access to Information and Privacy is looking at the use of Clearview AI. NDP MP Charlie Angus is on that committee, and he joins us this morning. Mr. Angus, thank you so much for being here. I've got to ask, from personal standpoint, what's the real issue? People have been voluntarily putting their pictures out in the most public of squares, the internet, for years. Once it's on the web, isn't it fair game?
Well, certainly it's not fair game. I mean, when you post your pictures of your friend's wedding in the Dominican Republic so your friends can see it, that's great. You post pictures of your kid's backyard birthday party, that's fine. The fact that we have these apps that are driven by machine-driven artificial intelligence that can scrape your images, put massive databases together so that people can be tracked immediately. If you're walking down the street, someone takes a photo of you, they can find you. That's a creeper's paradise. We didn't sign up for that kind of mass surveillance, and the ability of that technology to go horribly wrong is very, very evident. So the right of a citizen to walk around in a public space without being tracked, without being identified, is a fundamental human right. So we need to put some ground rules in place. How is this technology going to be used, if at all? And what are the parameters? Because what we've seen from the Clearview AI hack was, I mean, companies were using it, drugstores were using it, some rich guy was using it to keep tabs on his daughter's boyfriend. That's not a credible claim for a company that says, oh, we're just using it for police, to help police go after predators.
But why did it take something like this for our legislators to consider how the police can use these pictures?
I think that's a really good question. Certainly, the issue of facial recognition technology and the potential harms of it has been growing. The EU is looking at a 5-year ban right across the board. The city of San Francisco, the home to all giant big tech, has just banned it. Our Parliamentary Committee on Privacy began to start looking at that, talking about needing to address this in the last Parliament. We ran out of time. And then the Clearview AI story happened. And this company, we don't know where they got their images, whether those images were taken illegally. We don't know how they're spreading their use of their technology. So it's brought an urgency to it. And I think we really need to get our heads around this issue right now for Canada.
Well, so the Privacy Commissioner is also looking at whether any laws were broken using the technology. And as we said, the Parliamentary Ethics Committee is also looking into it. Now, you've expressed your concerns about the use of the technology, but I've got to think that being able to track somebody in real time, if they've committed a crime, if time is of the essence, there's got to be some value to it, no?
Well, certainly, if police want to put wiretaps on your phone because they think you're committing a crime, they can do that. It's called judicial oversight. If somebody's life is at stake, they can go ahead and do that and then explain it to a judge. We have rules in place because we know that really powerful technologies can be really powerfully abused. So if there's a case of a child predator and we have a photograph, it's fairly straightforward to go to a judge and say, we want to be able to track this person. What's concerning about the use of it by police is we find out, first of all, the police denied they used it. Then police forces say they weren't aware that officers were using it. Well, how did the officers get it? Because it can be used and misused by police and by all manner of citizens to track people, to track ex-girlfriends, to track someone you saw on the internet. So the misuses are really large. So let's put some ground rules in place. But to do that, I think we need to be able to say to Clearview AI, hey, we don't even know how you got these photos. You may have broken Canadian law getting them. We don't know who you're distributing this technology to. This is not something I think that police should be saying, hey, we want to work with these guys and legitimize them. We need to look into this. That's what the Privacy Commissioner is doing. The Ethics Committee, Privacy Committee will look into trying to lay down some ground rules. And I'm hoping Parliament will act on this because other jurisdictions recognize there is a real threat to our basic sense of privacy and our ability to participate in the public sphere.
MP Charlie Angus, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
And we requested a statement from Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness Bill Blair. We did not hear back.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.